All right, are you guys ready to learn something new? So now we're going to figure out the circumference of a semicircle. Now, let's talk about a semicircle. A semicircle is exactly half of a circle. So you fold a circle in half and you would see a semicircle. And that's what we're going to find the circumference of. We're going to use both methods again, except the methods are going to change a little bit. Now let's talk about it. It's still called 3.14 or pi method. Either way you want to call it is cool, except there are two more steps. But let's just talk about our regular steps. The very first thing is diameter, or you can go 3.14 first, pi times diameter, which is 12. This part right here will help us find the circumference of a circle. However, we need to find what half of that is. So the next thing you're going to do is you are going to times or divide. I would times by 1/2, or you could divide by 2. I'm going to end up dividing by 2 later, but dividing by 2 and multiplying by 1/2 is the same exact thing. And then at the very end, you're going to add length. I'm sure you're wondering, what is length? Don't worry, we'll get to that later on, okay? Let's just do what we know first. So I have 3.14 times 12, and that's just basic multiplication algorithm. So you know what? I'm going to scoot over here so I have some more room because I'm going to need it later. 3.14 times 12. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. So with that, I get 628. However, that's only my first partial product. I got my second partial product and placeholder. That's a 0 because I'm in the tens place now. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 3 is 3. So now I'm going to add my partial products. 8 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And 3 is 3. Don't forget about your decimal places. 1, 2, 1, 2. So now I have 37 and 68/100. Now that would be the circumference of a circle. However, I need to find half that. I need to find right here, that arc outside. So what I'm going to do is you can multiply by 1/2 or you can divide by 2. I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2 because I think that will be a little bit easier. No preference. If you multiply by 1/2, I will let you know you're going to have to divide by 2 later. So you might as well just jump to that. 2 times 3, 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down that 7. Don't forget about your decimal point. Go ahead and put that up right away. Bring down to 7 like I said. 2 goes into 17 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract, I get 1. Bring down my 6. 2 goes into 16. How many times? 8. Very good. 8 times 2 is 16. I subtract and then bring down my last digit, which is 8. Woohoo! I'm not going to have a remainder, right? Because 2 goes into 8 how many times? Dang, you guys are smart! It does go into it 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract. Woohoo! No remainder. Now, that very last step, plus length. I wonder what the length could be. Well, I have this whole part right here. I have the outer curve. That is 18 and 84/100 inches. Now I need the length. Do you guys see the diameter all right here? Well, this is now part of my circumference because it's not only just the arc, the half of the circle. It's the diameter going across too, and that's going to be my length. So all I'm really going to add here in this case is my diameter, which equals 12 inches. That's it. That's it, I promise. So now I'm going to take my 18 and 84/100 plus my 12 inches And if you want to put the decimal point there and 0, 0 to line it up, you can. And I get 84 hundredths. 8 plus 2 is 10. And 1 is 30. So my answer is approximately 30 and 84 hundredths. That's it. We're actually only going to do the pi method today. So we're going to hold off till Thursday to do the 22/7. But very good job, guys.